Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another Ben 10 Ultimate Alien reaction for you guys. This is Season 1, Episode 19. Of course, I will not know the title until I get into the episode. I believe these are the final two episodes, this one and the next one. I'm not watching them back to back. I don't have the time right now to do that, but I believe someone said this is a two-parter. I'm not 100% sure, so maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but regardless, it's crazy. We're getting through Ultimate Alien, and of course, last week's episode was crazy because I didn't expect Kevin to actually attack and actually get hits on Archer, because I really thought, okay, he's gonna try, but Ben's gonna stop him or something, and then all the craziness happened in terms of the Plumber Academy and everything, and those recruits, and they were just destroyed, and pretty much proving more and more that Kevin is really unstoppable as this new ultimate form he is in right now. And Archer had to get to the point where he had to pretend he was dead so that he would be left alone. And the fact is, Kevin left Gwen alive because of how he used to feel for her, which is... So Gwen's in a really tough spot because she was trying to hold out hope earlier in the episode, and now it's like, it's very clear there is no hope, or at least they're now thinking there is no hope for Kevin. Like, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. My guess was, and I theorized this, Alien X. That's the only thing I can think of in terms of how they could actually stop Kevin at this point. I don't know what else. Maybe there's another thing. Maybe Professor Paradox gets in the mix. I don't know if he would, but maybe... I don't know. Maybe they're going to have to create a whole group of individuals to try to figure out what the best approach is if Alien X is off the table. Like, they're going to have to figure out something, because how do you stop Kevin? Like, I don't know how you do it. But anyways, guys, let's dive into the episode. I'm excited to check this out. Let's see what happens here. Episode 19 of Season 1, or Season 2, Episode 9, whatever. Let's get into it. Let's go. Oh, him.
I think I lost him.
I don't think you did. It's Kevin, right? Ooh.
Kevin, don't! What did I ever do to you?
Well...
You have something I need.
What is he wanting? Okay, thank God.
Let me go, Tennyson. I want your power.
Ooh.
Shouldn't have let you go.
Power 1, okay, absolute power, okay.
You're gonna be okay. No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, I don't know.
None of us are. Pierce, Helen, and Manny. And some guy named Dr. Victor. Unless I stop him.
How are you gonna stop him?
For good. Wake up and smell the end of the world, Gwen. He's out of control.
He's our friend.
But he's out of control.
Was our friend.
Ooh.
I won't let you hurt him.
Out of my way.
I think Gwen's in denial. I think. He can break out, I think. Ooh. Now they have to fight each other. Oh shit, she has spells. Terra Spin.
Some friend you are. You won't even try to help him. What if it was you?
What if it was you?
To argue. Energy.
Ben?
He's gone. Way back.
You know why you lost? Because you care about not hurting me. And that's exactly why you can't do what it takes to deal with Kevin.
I was not prepared. I was not prepared for them to fight each other, and it wasn't like a little back and forth. Like, literally, that was a fight. And Ben saying, the reason why you lost is because you didn't want to hurt me. Like, you don't have it in you to do this. And the fact is, too, Kevin's, like, taking powers now. Like I said, he's literally drained other people's abilities. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this... I don't know what happens here. Like, oh, this is crazy. Forever Nights. Oh, my... Oh. What is he doing?
I said, where is he?
I'm sorry to bother you while you're still recovering, Grandpa.
I'm always glad to see you,
Ooh.
Gwen.
We can't let Ben destroy Kevin.
Well,
We've got to find a way to cure him.
there's gotta be some way.
Ben is right. You've got to put your feelings aside and do what's right. If you can't be a professional, then just stay out of the way.
I'm surprised that he didn't agree with her. Is... What the what?
Look at you.
Perhaps if you bothered to call first before just dropping by. Your mana. It's as intoxicating as ever, lovely Gwen.
I'm not here to fight you, Michael. I'm here to help you. Vigораtus per vita.
What is she doing?
Why would you do this for
Yeah,
me?
why?
Because I need your help.
I'm done talking, Gwen.
I'm not Gwen. Kevin's a menace. Your friendship aside, the only responsible move is to take him down with all necessary force. It's the sensible move.
But
It's not the Ben move. Kevin was a sociopath when you were kids, but you trusted him anyway, and I put him down like a mad dog. But I never thought you would.
when I thought you were dead, I had to do a lot of growing up.
You did fine.
I've been as big a jerk these past few months as I ever was.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah.
Told myself that when the situation got serious, so would I.
I'm not going to argue with you, Ben.
But this isn't kid stuff anymore. Playtime's over.
This dude.
Is he?
Ben is just being ruthless. Jesus.
Watch it. Nobody likes a bully.
Round 2.
What are you doing here?
This Ben.
You brought Darkstar into this?
Because
And
you're
he's
going on a
to act like he's our friend
rampage.
again, right?
I mean,
I can help you, Tennyson. Because
for a price.
I can predict Kevin's next move. We both have an insatiable craving for energy.
energy. Yep.
And you're evil.
Well,
Kevin's not evil.
He's an empty shell, knowing only a hunger that must be fed.
this was a crazy episode. Oh yeah, that.
I managed to save a piece of it,
The energy absorption thing you used to cure Kevin before?
but with a large enough power source, we may still be able to tap into its inherent abilities.
Every moment he's on the loose is a moment too long.
Fair
And for
point.
the
But
last time, are you going to help me find Kevin?
Total Zone. Is that where they met in the original classic?
Ben's after you.
You brought him here?
No. Well,
No. Ben is gonna do whatever it takes to stop you. Do you understand? Whatever it takes.
You shouldn't have come here.
what's going on?
Don't you
Overwhelming?
I've been trying to stay away from you.
He's gonna absorb her. He's gonna absorb. They have to fight now, yeah. Oh, shit. God, I can't believe this is happening.
Don't make me hurt you, Kevin!
Give it your best shot.
Oh. They're not gonna really help much, I don't think. He's draining their powers. Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit.
Lovely Gwen.
Lovely Gwen, what? I'm shocked. I'm shocked by this episode because they're really taking this very seriously. Like, before, it's been, okay, Ben is believing that we have to take down Kevin, and Gwen is consequential, and that's still a thing in this episode. However, they really go even deeper with Grandpa Max also agreeing with Ben, but also questioning and making sure he's really thought this through. I thought that bringing him in the mix, even though Max wasn't able really to do much except for talking to Gwen and Ben a little bit, there was still so much level of, like, adult conversation in terms of, like, Ben saying, this is not a game anymore. Playtime's over. This is, I had to grow up when you were away. When I thought you were gone, you know, I had to do a lot of growing up and everything. And there was a lot of things that changed, and Kevin's past and everything. And at this point, Kevin's draining people's powers now. Before, he was just running around being an asshole, being Ultimate Kevin. Now he's draining people. Like, they referenced a bunch of people he drained off screen, and also, I think his name was Alan or whatever, the kid we saw at the very beginning, like, I think it was like the second episode of Alien Force. He went after him and took his ability, like, drained his powers, and now he's draining Gwen's powers right now, and it cuts. Of course, that's how you end part 1. So verified, it was a 2-parter. My God. So I think it was very smart to have Max in the mix, as I was saying, because of the fact that Gwen was going to him, assuming that Max was going to agree with her, because before that, Gwen and Ben had a fight. I paused the episode as you saw. They were fighting, okay? It wasn't like a little back and forth like argument of like they've been before, which that's happened several times about Kevin and everything in this arc. They actually had a fight. Switching back and forth a couple times, Ben was in different aliens, everything went way big at one point, and fighting Gwen, and actually fighting. And his whole thing at the end of it, which is why I paused, I'm like, holy shit, like that really happened, because Ben was like, this is why I won, this is why you lost. Because you don't have it in you to do what needs to be done against Kevin. You don't have, like, you were afraid to hurt me, Gwen. That's why I beat you. Just, wow, like Ben's in a state now where he is not even thinking about like his emotions. He is strictly on the path of killing Kevin. Not saying it exactly that way, but it's really, really implied. Like that's what has to be done. That's what Ben is thinking, because Ben goes after and is just attacking Forever Knights left and right, and just like basically kicking the shit out of them. And then he goes and finds a Volcanus or whatever that guy is, that the guy who has like a fake robot body or whatever, and he's the baby. It's whatever. He's an okay guy, but I just don't really like the character that much. I think it's just, ridiculous. But he's throwing him around like he's a rag doll, just beating the shit out of him because he's wanting to know where Kevin is. Ben just is on a warpath. I mean, I think it was really obviously, he's in a different mindset now because he's fighting his own cousin. Like, I should have known at that point. I'm thinking, okay, this is them finally getting to going to blows and fighting each other because of all the arguments and disagreements about Kevin has led up to this point. No, Ben's in a whole nother area now, okay? Like, no matter what Gwen has said, and even if Gwen could have somehow got to him, because I think that conversation that they had with Darkstar, with Michael, like, Ben was starting to think, okay, maybe there's a way to use that device that was used back in Alien Force to potentially help, and basically, but they don't have all the pieces or whatever, but if we have enough energy, maybe it could work. But Gwen still went by herself to that arcade, which I don't know if that's the same arcade that Ben met Kevin in the classic series, or that's just another arcade that he's just at, but regardless, Gwen went by herself, and I thought it was a trick, but turns out, no, Darkstar, Michael is not somewhere hiding away, or Ben isn't. But I don't know exactly if they had agreed upon a plan, because it kind of cut away. So maybe there was a plan in place and Gwen decided to do this, or maybe there was never a fully agreed upon thing, because Ben ended the conversation with, are you in this to help me find Kevin or not? And I think just based on the fact that he really wasn't listening too much, except for, oh, you have that thing, maybe we can use it. Oh, actually, I don't have all the pieces. You're wasting time. This is all on you, Gwen. So, Ben's saying anything happens now, it's on Gwen, because she constantly kept trying to stop him, I should have figured that, Kevin was going to drain Gwen and all that. I should have figured as much that was going to happen. I mean, come on, she's right there by herself, it seems. And in the fact that we're fighting and no one stepped in, she's by herself. So I want to get to this sooner, but I was like jumping all over the place because so many things happened in the episode. I think her going to Max was interesting because I thought he was going to agree with her. He's not. He's in that mindset of like being a plumber, and you can't let emotions and your feelings get in the way. And understandable. Gwen and Kevin had a relationship. Clearly they had a relationship. They were dating in a sense, but this is very different. Kevin is in a whole nother state right now, and he's draining people's powers now. This is not Kevin anymore. This is Kevin out of control. But how do you stop him? Michael has a way. Of course, Gwen goes to him later, but Gwen goes to Max, and he's like, look, no, this has to happen, because the fact that Kevin isn't himself anymore, and Ben is doing what needs to be done. And so Gwen was actually really upset, and she goes to Michael and cures him and everything. And then, because she used a lot of spells in this episode, by the way, using the spell book quite often, which she hasn't really used much until this episode. All of a sudden, she's using that spell book all the damn time. But goes to Michael and cures him and everything. And then at some point, we have Max talking to Ben as well while Ben's driving, and Max is like, look, this is like, I'm doing exactly what you'd be doing, but this is not your way. And I like the fact that there's kind of a dual sense in the conversation, because Max isn't like 100% saying this is exactly what you need to do, Ben. He's saying, Ben, I know you, and what I would do versus you is different, because what I would normally do is what you're going to do now, but that's not your normal way. But I also agree with it, but that's not you, because you always try to find the other angle. You trust. And then he says, you trusted Kevin, even though he was a sociopath or whatever. Like they said, you trusted him when you first met him. It's like, yeah, but look where that happens. Like, look what ended up happening. He's now running around draining people's powers. What do I do in this situation? Like, what else can I do besides what I need to do? I have to grow up. I grew up. This is no time for being a kid anymore. No more. It's no more playtime. Playtime's over. I have to do this. Fair point. 100% a fair point. Because now we're seeing more so that Kevin is now draining Gwen's powers. I think Alien X is the only option. I don't know what other way they could go about taking down Kevin at this point. I don't know. Especially with him absorbing her abilities and everything. I think this is triple confirming my theory that Alien X has to be involved. That's my guess. We'll have to wait and see, because I don't know. I'm not sure how else you can stop him. But Gwen was hopeful that Michael could help. And I think Kevin at the end said the exact same thing as Michael in terms of like lovely Gwen or whatever. Like that was kind of a weird moment there too. Because Michael said it several times, lovely Gwen. And then Kevin said that too. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I think he said lovely Gwen at the end. But anyways, intense. Of course, it's part 1, ends on part 1. It's on a cliffhanger in a sense. It's irritating as hell because I want to watch part 2, and I will, don't worry. But yeah, this was definitely an intense episode, and I wasn't expecting it to go as far as it did, especially between, I understand the whole Kevin thing, and I really think it's going to get resolved next episode. At least I think it will. We'll see what happens. But Ben, he's on the warpath. He literally was just. I like the fact too. I was just thinking about this too, because of course on the warpath and all the emotions and everything are pretty much gone at this point. He's being very, very serious. He even mentions like his certain things he was kind of, messing up or whatever. Like I let fame get to my head, and Max was kind of silent, and then he goes, "Are you gonna argue back?" Like, no, I'm not gonna argue when you're right. And so he's agreeing. Yeah, Ben, you let fame get to your head. Everything kind of changed when you were outed as being all these aliens and all this kind of stuff. But now I think Ben's realizing, oh yeah, I screwed up. I messed up big time there. But now I have to go. I don't think Ben's going to be serious like this for the entire rest of the time, but this is a very serious situation here because Kevin's on a warpath and he has to be on the same kind of path trying to get to him to try to stop him no matter the consequences, no matter. So I mean, I think Ben's like, he knows he has to kill Kevin. Like, there's no other way to do it. But I think there's going to be some sort of solution. I don't think Kevin's going to die. I don't think they would do that on the show. But then again, I don't know. Okay? That's the thing. Who knows for sure? But had a good time with the episode. It was really awesome. It was so intense. It was crazy. And I cannot wait to see what happens next. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What you thought about this episode, guys, of Ben's Ultimate Alien. Came to talk. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.